Today we're going to discuss the 3 biggest misconceptions a lot of people have about getting pre-qualified for a home loan. Welcome to Real Talk, the show that takes the mystery out of buying and selling a home. I'm Amanda Fernandez with the Amaya Group, and with me today I have Nathan Chaboya from Guaranteed Rate, and he's going to be helping us discuss the 3 biggest misconceptions about getting pre-qualified. Nathan and I have had the opportunity of helping hundreds of families purchase homes, so we wanted to go over the top 3 misconceptions. One of the biggest things we run into is the pre-qualification process. Is it as hard as people think it is?
No, and you're absolutely right. It's not as hard as people think it is, and it's really just about getting on the phone, getting a loan application done, and it takes about 10 to 20 minutes. That's it. So a lot of people think that they need to come into the office, they're gonna have to bring all their documentation, and that's not true. It starts with about a 10 to 20 minute phone application to get all the basic information. You know, it's all gonna be stuff that they know off the top of their head, where they work, date of birth, you know, where they live, how much they're currently paying in rent, that kind of stuff. But really why I like to start with the loan application and actually talking to them rather than having them fill it out online is because I like to get a good idea of where they want to keep their payment to be comfortable. Because I think that's super important, is kind of honing in on their comfort zone, because at the end of the day, you know, we work for them.
Okay. The second thing we hear a lot is down payment. Do they need a ton of money for their down payment?
No. So there's a stat, 60% of Americans think that you need 20% to buy a home, and it's absolutely not the case. You can buy a home with as little as 3.5% down using an FHA loan, and they are fantastic loans with great rates and flexible guidelines. And you know, you can pull that 3.5% from obviously checking and savings. You can get a gift from a family member, an employer, and you can also pull that money from your 401k. And 99% of the time, there's no penalty for pulling from the 401k as long as you're buying a house.
Awesome. Okay, and then lastly, the third thing we always get people asking about is credit. Do they need perfect credit, 700 credit score?
No. So again, tying, you know, and piggybacking off the FHA loan, is they were designed for first-time home buyers in mind when they created the guidelines. Now, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer to utilize an FHA loan. But the idea behind it was maybe they're younger, maybe they don't have bad credit, but they just don't have good credit because they haven't had a chance to establish it yet. So on an FHA loan, whether you've got a 640 credit score, 740 credit score, or an 840 credit score, you're gonna get fantastic rates on that loan. And like I mentioned before, the qualifying guidelines as far as debt to income ratios are very lenient. They're great loans. So ideally, we'd like to see a 620 credit score. We can go down to 580, and a lot of times what people don't realize is we can help them bump their credit as well. We can analyze their credit. You don't have to go to a credit repair company, pay a bunch of money and hope that it works, because in all actuality, they're approaching the credit repair from a different angle. They're just trying to get stuff off your credit. They're going to dispute things, and that can actually hurt the client when they're going to buy a house. When we look at the credit repair, we're approaching it from an angle of, okay, we need to get this fixed, and we need to put you in a position to buy a house so we can actually get it done a little bit more streamlined.
Awesome. So that's it for today. Thank you, Nathan, for coming in, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And you can find me on social media. The links will be below.
And for more information about the lending side, rates, and where the market's at, you can follow me on Instagram at Guaranteed